Hi beautiful souls, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Indigo Moon Academy and my name is Joanna Miller, and I do astrology, energy work, and I'm also a tarot reader. So this month I wanted to delve into, just briefly, into sort of what to expect astrologically, if I can say that word right, and energetically for this month of August. So there's been a lot going on, as you can imagine. Astrologically, there's been massive things going on, huge amounts of planets aligning that haven't aligned in hundreds of years, loads of energy downloads, and many of us, especially empaths, feeling more tired than normal, more wanting just to go inward and really start to slow down. And it can be very frustrating, especially if you're the kind of person who, like me, likes to keep busy, who has loads of things on their to-do lists. This type of work can be really draining. So it's important that you work on self-care, and this is definitely the theme for August, although it's of course in the month of Leo, which is one of those star signs who's very much about optimism, energy, and creative expression, and it's very grounded star sign. The basic underlying theme of August is just to start to more tune inward and not worry so much about the outside world. So I'll just get started on sort of the main things happening in August. So first of all, on August the 3rd, we have the Aquarian full moon, and this star sign is such a, I'd like to say ethereal. It's ethereal star sign. It's very, I keep wanting to use words like wispy and psychic, intuitive, gentle, feminine. The Aquarius full moon is very much about those qualities, and it's a very cleansing and clearing full moon. So notice what is coming up for you on those 2 days before and 2 days after the full moon. Notice what maybe is needing to come up to be released from your past, what you're needing to let go of that you've been holding on to. And also, it's also about boundaries, about creating more stable boundaries. And I keep being told that with this full moon, it's about laying the foundations for a future that's going to be built on something more sustainable. And this is just the start of that Aquarius energy that's been coming in this year. It's a very transformational energy. And the Aquarian energy has started off at the very start of the year, at the end of sort of December, January. And this is very much what 2020 is all about, is that Aquarian energy. So this full moon is a really powerful one. Just notice what you're wanting to do those few days. Really get in touch with your feminine energy and just sort of move slower in those days. Eat slower, eat more intuitive, enjoy your body as well. Be a lot more caring about yourself and your body. And it's a very powerful one, and I feel like a lot of energy will be clearing within our root and our crown chakra, which is all to do with grounding, but also how we connect to our higher selves. And then after that, so the whole month of August, we've kind of got the Lionsgate portal energy coming in, and that really intensifies between the 8th and the 10th. And the Lionsgate is really about the alignment between the Sun, Sirius and Earth, and these planets and how they affect us. And when we're in this time period of the Lionsgate, it's really opening us up to higher vibrations. So again, a lot coming in with the crown chakra, which is why it's a good idea to work on cleansing and clearing your chakra energies, and noticing also what opportunities are coming up, what sudden insights you've been getting, what you've been wanting to create, and how you want to express yourself. So the Lionsgate port is all about raising our vibration and noticing downloads, because especially in meditation, I've been getting loads of downloads, loads of symbols coming in, loads of things from the divine feminine, activations from past lives, things that I've always had all my life, but have been so intense the last few weeks. At the end of July, it's just been so intense, these downloads, that I'm really having to slow down and really tune into them. So having more time for meditation, during the Lion's Gate is really important. So that's sort of the heightened between the 8th and the 10th. And then after that, we've got on the August the 13th, we've got Mars squaring Pluto. And Mars is the energy of action. It's the divine masculine energy. It's the no holds barred type energy when it comes to Mars. It's about how we ground our ideas into our reality. So when we've had like Aquarius full moon, which is all very ethereal and sensual and connecting us to our divine feminine wisdom, it's about how we can create in this three-dimensional world, which is obviously changing into something very different, such as it's changing from 3D to more of a 5D world. That kind of, how do we ground our ideas into reality and bring them up to be released into the world? How can we create and express ourselves in a way that's authentic to our own energy and our own ideas, and really starting to think outside the box now? So this isn't about following things that have been done before within society. I think this is about how we can think and be different, but be more connected to ourselves. And this is what this Mars energy is bringing up. And then as we move forward into the middle of the month, we've got the Uranus retrograde, and we've had lots and lots of retrogrades, and that's occurring on the 15th. And this one's a little bit more gentle. This is more about reflecting on the past, reflecting on lessons that we have learned and how we can integrate them into our current situation. So notice if something is coming up that is triggering you in that kind of week, notice what is needing to be released within that trigger. And we then move on to the new moon in Leo on the 18th. And this is such a bold, sort of brave kind of energy. And I feel like with this new moon, it's very different from other new moons, because new moons is very much about divine feminine and going into the sort of the darkness within us. This new moon in Leo is all about how do we push ourselves forward to get ourselves out there more? How can we be more creative, be more authentic, and get excited about that? So the sun in Virgo is really about working on our healing and balancing the divine feminine. I probably missed a bit there because I had to stop the video to go and deal with the dog and the kid. So yeah, August is a very busy month. It's a very it's busy in terms of energy, though. It's not busy in terms of, a lot of us might be feeling more tired than normal, and that's sort of a symptom of this year, really. There's just so many downloads happening. There's so much going on within us. It's totally understandable that some of us are just feeling exhausted, that we need a break. And I think it's so important to give yourself that time. And it's something that I've been feeling more and more drawn to doing. Less time on social media. I hardly ever read the news now, which is something that I always used to do. Is the first thing I would often do is go and look at the news, but now I hardly ever read the news. And that's not to say that I don't want to know what's going on in the world. Of course I do, but I think at this time, is it helpful? Not really. I think what is helpful is working on yourself, working on what you want to create, because I feel like a lot of us are just in that precipice where we're standing on the cliff edge, and we have this clarity sometimes where we think, yes, that's it, that's what I need to be doing, but then all this other stuff keeps coming up and blocking us, and then we suddenly feel like we've shifted again. But I feel like that shift is needed, because whatever is coming up to block us is what we're needing to learn how to overcome. And once we do that, then we can really start to create and make a shift in the world. And that's why it's important to go inward. So on an energy basis, and then on the 22nd, we have the sun in Virgo, which is, again, we're ending the month on that divine feminine energy, that we are working on how we balance and heal the feminine energy, the feminine wisdom. And that isn't to say that the masculine should be ignored, because of course that is going to have some sort of play. So energetically, we'll look into sort of what's happening in the month ahead, and I used tarot cards for that. So the first card I got was the 5 of Cups, And this card is all about what we are needing to let go of emotionally. And that's interesting because that's obviously come up for what's happening astrologically as well, that we're having to go inward this month and work on what we're needing to release, what we are maybe holding on to that is something that is no longer serving us. So the 6-5 of Cups is all about emotional healing and going inward. And it can mean some tough stuff might come up as well this month, which is, I mean, tough stuff has always been coming up, but this month is more, it doesn't feel as bad as it's what it has been. This energy feels a lot more lighter. Because of the Leo energy, there's a lot more fun, joyful energy coming in as well. And then we have the King of Wands, which is all about Leo energy. So King of Wands is all about how we can step into our role of leadership, how we can work on our skills and talents and what we can do to bring them forward and create our own reality our way. And again, that's so much of what this August energy is about. It's about Leo, it's about how we can be more creative, be more authentic, how we can share our voice with others, and how we can help each other as well and raise each other up as leaders. So the Leo energy is very much about the King of Wands. And then finally, we have the World card, which is really interesting, and it can mean that a cycle is coming to completion. And I feel like that's very much linked to the Lionsgate portal. It's as if the last sort of 3 to 5 years has been some sort of cycle. And this year, within the Lionsgate portal, that is going to be coming up for completion. And I feel like in the collective world out there, there's going to be so much energy coming up. There were things are coming to light that have been hidden, dark things, and things that we kind of knew were there, but really it's coming out for all the world to see. And that's really big energy coming out. And on a energetic soul level, the World card is really about how we can create something that is important. It's from our heart, it's from our soul. And the World card is very much linked to our soul, and it's to how we can spread light and love into the world, and how we can do that in a way that doesn't mean we lose ourselves or lose our value, but it does mean that we have to change how we do things from now on. It change how we create business for ourselves, how we work. Just so much is changing on such a fast level, but at the same time the World card is saying, you know, you've been here many lifetimes before, you know what needs to be done, just trust. Try not to worry about the ins and outs about this. It's all going to come into effect, it's all going to make sense soon. But August energy is about healing and about cleansing and clearing what we're needing to let go of, and how we can really start anew. So there's lots of big energies coming up in August, and my only advice is to really just slow down where you can, not worry so much about all of the things that we feel we need to be doing. This is very much a month to strip back, go deeper within to ourselves, how we can simplify our lives so that we're living from a more authentic and more sustainable place, that we're not always on the go, we're not always doing things, but we are just doing what we love for the sake of it. And that's very hard for some of us because it means we're having to move from a different kind of energy. It's not all about living in sort of the society idea of quick 24-hour turnarounds where we need to be keeping on our goals, keep doing things, keep moving forward. And of course that is part of it, we need to move forward, but it's okay for us to stand still sometimes. It's okay to stop. It's okay to just allow things to be and allow them to flow without worrying so much about the end goal. So August is a really interesting month, and I'll hopefully be checking in at some point. And if you enjoy my videos, please like and subscribe. And also to let you know, I do have a moon manifestation course that I created and I absolutely adore. It's really all about how to align with the cycles of the moon, but it's also about healing the divine feminine, healing yourself, connecting to yourself on a much more loving, authentic way. So there's big stuff within that course, so feel free to check it out on my webpage. I'll post the link below. And I also I'm going to be starting soon a membership on my Patreon, where we'll be going into sort of the goddess and the goddess collective, where we're going to be really delving deep each month into learning how to meditate, how to connect to the goddess, how to do readings for ourselves. There's loads and loads of stuff each month that I'm going to be posting, so I'm so excited about that. So please check that out on my page as well. So thank you so much, and hopefully see you soon. Bye.